Hello everyone at home, this is Inside Tack analysis show with Bell staff. I'm Matt Cornwell, I'm the rules advisor for INEOS Team UK. We just had our first day racing out on the water. This is where we're going to bring you the live reaction from the sailors, and we've got two of our stars here right now. We're going to talk to you guys, ask you a couple of questions. Very frustrating day. First of all, Giles Scott, our tactician, Olympic gold medalist. Giles, very frustrating day for you out there. It's very clear that it was challenging for you to sail the boat around the course. What was at the root of the issue today, and how was that affecting your sailing?
Yeah, real frustrating day today. It's a little bit of quite a few issues out there. I suppose the biggest and most obvious one was that we had some issues with the One Design foil can control system. Up to about 3 minutes to the start of the first race, all the engineers were on board, refilling oil, plugging holes. Not really sure what was going on, but the system wasn't operating properly. So got off to very shaky start with that, and the issues kind of went through the day.
So you're experiencing those issues all through the sailing today, and obviously that's what made you stop in that last race too, is that right?
Yeah, we had to bring the boat to a stop because the boards just stopped moving. We lost control of moving the boards up and down, which is utterly critical to sailing these boats. So we had we had to pull out in a real tricky spot and ended up very close to a shallow, and it was a little bit stressful, very frustrating.
You said not the day you're asking for. Now the key there, you say it's supplied equipment. So this is equipment that is supplied to us by Team New Zealand and also the Challenger record, Lunar Racer. So it's actually not our equipment. So that's quite frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All the boats out there operate certain One Design components, and the foil can system is one of those One Design components that the Kiwis put together. So it's frustrating that it didn't work, and a lot of the teams have been having some issues with it, and unfortunately for us, it was our turn today to have those issues. So I suppose from our point of view, we just want to work with all the other teams to resolve the issues, because we really don't want races to be being called on issues like that, that's for sure. Yeah,
one of which being at the moment that if you have a breakdown of this system, that's just tough luck, isn't it? And we'd like to try and change that.
Yeah, as it stands at the moment, any breakdown, whether it's your equipment or supplied, is on you. So it all needs to be looked at, and I suppose it needs a plan for the racing that really counts to who gets knocked out, who goes through in a month's time.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all part of the learning process for the event and for us, and hopefully we can resolve these issues going forwards for the main event. Joey, 7-time America's Cup sailor and 2-time winner as well. You've had a lot of experience doing these campaigns. How are the boys feeling right now? And from your experience, how can you turn this into a positive a day like this? How can you turn this around for the sailing team?
Well, I mean, for a start, everybody's pretty down. We're all competitive sailors, and we like to win, and it's frustrating when things like this happen. But it's a mechanical sport where we're at the bleeding edge of technology with these boats, and they do break down. It was just unfortunate to have so many things go wrong today, and one big thing going wrong that pretty much stops you racing the boat safely. I've been in a few campaigns where there's been, one that we actually won the America's Cup with a pretty similar situation to this early on, where we thought, how are we going to get over this hump? And it's just relying on the people that you've got. It's hard work, it's not giving up, it's all the same things you do, and everybody has that attitude here. There's nobody that came in from today and thinking, oh, that's it. It's just another day, it's only one day, it's just a warm-up regatta, so everybody's looking forward to getting it sorted out, getting back on the race course and winning some races.
No, that's great. A bit of bunker mentality for the guys, and
it is.
We're in this for the long term. So.
And we're all professional. We've all done this before. Most of the guys have done either America's Cups before or some sort of Olympic sailing. And as we all know in sport, it doesn't always go your way.
Yeah.
You've got to pick yourself up and dust off days like this and forget about it and just get on with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a look at a few clips. We've got 3 different clips to look at from today. This is a pre-start. This is our first race against the American team. Giles, why don't you talk us through this a little bit?
Yeah, well, the video just picked us up just crossing the start line there. All the issues that we were just talking about actually happened before that video started, and we were rushing all our engineers off in time to end. We actually didn't do the entry We also picked up a boundary penalty because we were coming through the spectator fleet. So yeah, really, really not the way that we wanted to start our first televised race. And here you can see our big crash. We went through a jibe, had the rudder let go, just lost flow. Ben got a whole heap of load through the system, and it resulted in a big crash. And in these boats, as soon as you slow down, they've got no stability. So we're going downwind at 5 knots, and the only way to get going back downwind is to come all the way back upwind, start from 5 knots, build up, and make your way downwind again.
Yeah, here's that crash again. It's pretty violent, isn't it?
Yeah, it
a lot
is.
of water coming over the boat.
It actually looks a lot worse than what it felt on board. But
you carried on saying that race, didn't you? You got round the course.
Yeah. We got around, and as Joey said, this event is a learning process, and we have to make sure that we learn everything we can. We upgrade the boat over the next 4 weeks, because on the 15th of January it really does get real. This is a World Series event, and it's important, of course, but ultimately we need to take some pretty key lessons and take them forward in 4 weeks' time. Because that's really when it begins to matter.
And I guess time on the water is pretty key. So if you can get going sailing again, that's a good thing to do, even if you're way behind.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. As sailors, we've got to keep pushing through, and never giving up. And it goes organisation wide. We're looking for every gain on the water, sailing the boat, techniques, the design, and the shore guys are doing the exact same in their own areas.
Yeah, great. Joey, why don't you talk us through this next one? This was the second pre-start. You were on board for this one, I believe.
Yeah, I was. So this one we just made it to the start on time again. We didn't have much of a break from the first race. Engineers jumped on, tried to sort the boat out. We managed to make it to the pre-start, but there was still a few little underlying issues there. Here we got pretty close to Luna Rosa, and they did a nice job of holding us up here, and this is all within the rules. Then we had to get going from a tough spot, so it's harder to accelerate in that position that the boat's in. And they got away from us there. Not long into this race, we started having the same problems with the foils not quite working, and then we had to pull out. So it wasn't long after the first mark that that we pretty much lost authority over the foils, and then the boats are like airplanes. If you can't control the foils, you come down. And
looked like we were pretty close to touch them there, but you didn't quite touch them, is that right?
I don't think we touched them.
Yeah.
No, it'd be... There's some rules, they sort of have virtual diamonds around the boats. So to stop you coming together, because with the big foils up in the air, it'd be pretty dangerous to have those things come in contact with a boat or a sailor.
The keep clear border, I believe they call it. And it is a virtual diamond around the boat, isn't it? And if those intersect, then they treat that as contact, which means someone will get a penalty. And in this case, windward boat, that's on us, isn't it, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've got one more clip, and it just shows us what happened right at the end, towards the end of that beat. We've just gone round the top mark and everything. We're back on track and sailing again, even though we're some way behind again. But at least we're sort of back in the race. But this was it, really, wasn't it? Giles, what was the problem here?
Yeah, well, right now Ben is desperately trying to drop that windward board. He's got a button on the wheel to do that, and nothing was happening. The system just shut down and wasn't working for us. And there we are trying to, we had the chase boat alongside, trying to stay off the rocks with the boards at funny angles. It was a bit of seamanship involved there.
Yeah, okay. Well done for saving the boat. That's the important thing. We live to fight another day. We've got a couple of questions that have come in from the viewers at home. Let's see. First one. This is probably one for you, Giles. What was our top speed, upwind and downwind today, and best VMG? Roughly?
So top speeds upwind today we had gusts of 17, probably around about the 35, 36, and mid 40s downwind.
Okay, pretty quick still. So some good sailing despite everything going on. And then the last question's from Jason Crouch. Definitely one for you here, Joey. Big differences in jib configuration today for some teams. How crucial are you finding them to stability in puffy conditions?
They are. The actual sail rule is quite open on the headsails, so you pretty much, if it fits in the triangle at the front of the boat, you can have it. So there's a few different ideas going around the fleet. we're about the same as Team New Zealand today in terms of area up the front, and American Magic had the smallest one. We kind of liked where we were at, I think, but it's a big driver in ultimately top speed. You'd like something smaller, but in puffy conditions like today, you go for something a little bit bigger, and that helps the boat a little bit better through the soft spots.
How many head sails can you choose from?
As many as you like. There's a total sail card rule that you can't build more than a set amount.
29, I think, is the number, isn't it?
29 total front sails and 10 total mainsails is the actual number. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have 6 codes of headsail.
Oops.
Yeah, and some teams have more, some teams have less.
So 6 codes of headsail you can choose from on a day like today.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we take 6 codes of headsail and a sail called a code 0, which is a big light air sail on the water every day.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll have a quick look at the scoreboard before we go. Obviously, it doesn't look great for us. And there you can see no wins for us, and a great day for the Americans. But we'll be back out there tomorrow, and hopefully we can start putting up some wins on our row there too. And let's just have a quick look at the schedule as well. So 2 races tomorrow, 10 to 4, and then 20 past 5, both against the defenders. Emirates Team New Zealand, the champions in Bermuda, so that'll be a really good challenge for us going forwards. Guys, thanks very much for joining me. It's a real pleasure. Thank you for the questions, everyone at home. Keep those coming. We love you guys supporting us out here, so it's really awesome to hear your questions, and it really it's the best part of the show, really, when we get to hear what you guys want to know. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow.